Cool. All right. Well, welcome everyone. It is volume 45 of the Hypersanity podcast.
That's all we get.
Yeah, we're here.
Oh man. Paging Dr. Deadinside. Anyways,
He's present.
we'll, we'll let Alec wake up a little bit. What's good, y'all? I just clipped right there, but who cares? It's volume 45. No B Doggy though.
And his
Hey,
volume's at 45. Shout out volume.
Hey, better than dead.
Hey, my volume's good,
so,
man. Maybe dead, but it's good.
But it's good, y'all. Hopefully y'all have had a good week, eventful. Hopefully you've been staying hyper sane and been just staying calm. I guess, is there a lot of chaos still? Are things chaotic now? Or have we sort of mellowed out?
Well, I have, but
I think a lot of people a little bit too much, eh?
Yeah.
Anyways.
In the last half hour.
But
body mellowed out. He's like
it's like, no, you go to sleep.
No, it's okay, sir. We got it.
Literally. But yeah, I mean, hopefully everybody's been all right. And like always, if you got any questions for us, email us. Any type of comment in the YouTube videos. Any questions again, Instagram, or if you see us in person, I mean, ask us there,
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's get to it. So Alec has had a topic for 2 weeks. He still hasn't even mustered
Still
up.
don't.
All right, let's skip it again.
It'll be the carryover topic of the century because I never look at it until the day of.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm gonna see if I can muster maybe something new up on it during this one, and then we'll hit it. Hopefully, and just smack it. Yeah,
you will hit it.
Yeah, I'll beat it.
And I'll caress it.
Yeah,
and mellow
you
it
can
out.
console it.
You good? All right. They're there, buddy. You're good.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. Well, next topic.
Yep.
We don't even have a title for this one.
Nope, but I'm sure we'll find one by the end.
Relatively. Why'd I say relatively? I don't know. But
it could be a relative title.
Hyper-relativity.
Hyper-sleep. Hyper-slept.
Hyper-nocturnal. Oh, shoot. Anyways.
Uh-oh, Kamar's got his notifications turned on.
Yeah, it was because the game. For a while, I had no volume. I only had volume when I plugged it in. And whenever I was playing without headphones, I was like, bro, where's the volume? I thought it was like a bug or something. Because, there isn't any like.
It switched to Valium.
Yeah.
That was the issue.
Right. And, the iPad, I'm playing on my iPad. It doesn't have any, how your phone has the ringer. You can flip it on and then flip it off like the actual button.
Yeah.
The switch. Yeah, the iPad doesn't have that. It just has like your control center has a bell and that's the ringer. So I forgot I turned it off because, I don't want it to make noise like that. But
fair.
Yeah. So
fair.
Sorry for the ring. If anybody was alarmed. Yeah. But anyways, topic. So first one, when our generation gets older, so when us boys get and girls
become not boys
and not girls, the elders. Well, we watch the news as much as our parents do now, or the generation ahead of us now. You think so? Is that like something that will always stay constant? Like as you get older, you watch the news, or are we just like the new generation to break that, to break that cycle?
I don't know. I feel like it will always fade out because people are seems like the majority are not as much like their parents anymore. They don't
Yeah,
end up
but
that way. So if the generations continue to be like that, I feel like news is one of the things that will change. But what could also change is how the news is presented. So
okay, so I guess for the topic's sake, traditional news like Go Home, WCTV, or whatever what station you watch or channel.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That type of news. Was that going to fade or, you know, or
It's like I
because as
said,
much as
that
we as
traditional news that we think of now, it may not be that in
it's
20
going to be a
years.
different form. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Could be reform, or they could all just lose their jobs because it's irrelevant. Maybe there is no more news. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
Social media will probably be the new news.
we just pick it up
Twitter.
on the screens. I mean, geez, we can get all our job updates in a story now. So, you know,
So wild. So wild. LinkedIn has stories. Did we talk about that? Yeah, we did.
yeah, I
We
definitely
had to.
mentioned it.
It's still wild to this day because
It just doesn't make sense. Luckily, I
at
still
all.
yet to see a story, so I'm glad for that.
I
But
saw one a
you
while
did,
ago when it
you
first
did,
happened. I think
yeah,
we talked about it, but
yeah.
that sort of defeats the purpose of working. I think you're supposed to not be on your. I guess depends on maybe your
Unless
job.
it's not at work, but then I feel like you shouldn't connect that with your professional profile, which is, well, what I thought LinkedIn was. Apparently it's not now. It's just you. Because you got to think about it. It's interesting. Some people probably only have LinkedIn at this point, which, like you, or I mean, a lot of adults probably, have maybe ousted, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. They just never even got on them. And so they use LinkedIn in a professional manner, but now they're just saturating it
Straying away.
yeah, with just social activity. They're like, no, no, no. We don't want you to be working. We want you to socialize.
Yeah. Stories,
Yeah.
likes, comments.
Suck us off with your eyes and be merry.
Mary Imus.
I
I
End up
mean,
with bags.
Mm. A lot of things could have been said there,
Stormy
but
eyes.
let's not
So
talk about it.
we won't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Why? Why add stories? It makes no sense.
I don't know. But if enough new things come up like that, that also tying back into the will we watch the news, I don't I don't think that we will, just because of its relevancy, unless it does change. Like if it doesn't change, I would say no. If it does, it'd be
But
interesting
how
to
is it going to
see what it would
change
end
though?
up as.
And
I don't
what
know.
will it?
We may think that it changed and it actually hasn't. Could be like that because it could be a real slow change. And I feel like it's already sort of made it there because seemingly there's a lot more young people presenting the news now.
Yeah, trying to
It's
bring the young people in.
right. Like I even know someone who became an anchor, or I don't know if they made anchor yet, no Bruce, but they're doing the news. So they're reporting stories, whether it be, out in the field, they get the crap jobs, just going to some random place out in the rain, talking to a camera that one person is holding, or they end up in the studio doing it there. But yeah, it definitely seems like there's a lot more younger people in there now. So I mean, with that, maybe there will be more change. Maybe they'll push for change inside, which is also unlikely, but because they're there. But
Literally.
yeah,
That
I don't know. That's my thoughts.
it's tough. It's very tough. All right. Let's see. Mm. Mm. Mm.
Yeah, I feel
We
like we
got
got to
some.
jump around.
We're gonna have to jump around.
I sort of want to hit the last one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the best one to sort of follow up with the next topic. Okay, so next topic, are we conditioned to lie to ourselves and others, on like a daily basis? So I'll give the background to this topic. So I went to a shopping market, during my lunch break at work Friday. Wasn't having the best of a day, and just pretty upset, you know. And I get some groceries and check out, and as I'm checking out, the cashier is like, the standard, how you doing today? And a split second, I have, like, the movies where it's like they show what you want to do or how you want to act, and it's like the person's like
Yeah,
blah
the
blah blah, and then
unrealistic.
the
Yeah,
unrealistic thing you're playing in your head. Yeah, for a split second, I did that, and I was gonna be like, well, today's actually freaking awful, and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. I'm like, today's actually terrible, and I feel absolutely
yeah.
terrible, and everything sucks right now, and that's how I'm feeling. How about you? You know what I'm saying? Rather than the occasional, I'm doing all right, which is what I did, but
The
that just sort
occasional.
of
That's the every.
it's true. Not even the
I'm good. How
occasional.
are you? Fucking great. Oh, great.
Yeah, you can tell with my
Same.
mannerisms.
I just love today.
Swipe. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's
Jam the card in there.
you're right. And then it's like as I, continue to check out, it sort of fizzled out how she asked, and I'm like, dang, I really just lied to her, eh? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm doing all right. I'm actually not doing all right. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, is that like another way we just condition ourselves to lie, or is this like another type of condition to just cap, lie, and I guess if we aren't feeling good, we have to always put on that smile and present our best foot forward for people we don't know, or
I think it's a conditioning to be shallow
yeah.
instead of just lies. I mean, that may be the truth.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
but
doing great.
you could be shallow with it, but it's still be honest. Be like, how you
Yeah,
doing? I'm doing terrible. How are you?
I'm doing
That's
pretty terrible, but And then,
okay,
I mean,
good.
what are they going to come back with at that point? You've left it so surface. How are they going to? They don't even want to dive deeper the way that you've just said it. I'm doing pretty terrible, but like you
Oh
leave it
yeah.
at that. It's like, okay, it
Oh.
sounds like they're doing horrendously, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to ask anything else. Yeah, I'm doing great. Okay, cool. and then
Then
keep
do you
bagging the
even want to
items.
answer?
Yeah.
Do you want to
Right.
answer if I'm doing great? Like, yeah, I'm actually doing it. Like, just to have them have some sort of culpability for them, you know?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of different ways I think you could look at it. Some of the times it might just be like you get the vibe that maybe they're not having the best day. So you sort of just leave the conversation to a minimum as like a courtesy. Like, they doesn't seem like they want to conversate here. So we're just going to do the doing good. How are you? Good. Okay, great. Now we do our jobs. I sit and wait and you bag.
That's fair.
I
I
feel like
kind of
that's
want
what
to
it is
try it
some of the
though.
times. I've had like interesting exchanges at the grocery store, but it usually comes after. It's not like an instant conversation. It's
It
usually like
builds
the
its
the initial
way.
exchange, and then some kind of tension builds in their head and they just have to say something else. So I guess it may just come back to the type of person that you are. But yeah, I would say that in a way we are also conditioned to lie.
1 second.
And I think it is rooted in, I'm gonna go psychological here. I think it
No
is deeply
logic though.
rooted in, yeah, no lodge. It's it's deeply rooted in our childhood, where we are not allowed to do certain things.
What do you mean?
I feel like as a kid, you end up lying more than, well, you just end up lying a fair amount because, you get to the point where you want to do things that you don't want to be known that you're doing them, or they're considered bad, whatever. I mean, I'm talking like really young, you don't even know, but you're trying to do it. And then you get asked if you did it. And you're like, no. So
I can see you as a kid
I,
being like,
I,
no, hey.
me? Yeah. Funny.
No.
Sitting in the corner with the thing that I did. No. But I think that probably some people carry that ability or just carry it more naturally into their adulthood. Just as
I
like
feel like
surface caps.
also, like as kids have no filter as well. Like they just sort of call it how they see it. Like, hey
Hmm.
mom, why does that
Yeah,
guy look like a this or that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like
that's true.
that could also play into the, how are you doing? I'm not doing good. Like as a kid or something like that, or you know, just not sort of holding back information rather than
Hmm.
just sort of being that, what's the word I'm looking for? Is it intuitive? And is that intuitive to, no, it's not. Just that, oh, I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. To just be able to say off rip, like, I guess not conscious enough, you know what I'm saying? Because as kids, we sort of just do. So not as,
Hmm.
conscious of what you're doing, like pure, I guess, emotion, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so that could also play into, an answer of some sort being like just straight up calling it how you see it. And,
Hmm.
like, but
Can you check your
yeah,
cable connections real quick? I
mine.
hear crackling in your voice. So just make sure like all the cables are snug. Like in relation to your mic. Sorry to break it up, people.
Sorry for any technical.
Maybe it's just my headphones. I don't know.
I mean, it's pretty. How is this right now? Is that better or?
I still hearing the crackling.
I mean, it would only go from interface to
Hmm.
like you see the. How about this? I mean,
Still doing it. Maybe it's just a Zoom connection. Anyways,
man.
um,
Well,
other than
sorry.
that, it's been fine. It's not been laggy, so I guess I can't fully complain. But
Gotcha. Could be my freaking all the spit in my mouth.
oh no, it's definitely some connection or somewhere in the transmission.
Mm.
But
I mean,
anyways,
I'll have to. Hopefully, the audio, like my side of the audio, isn't compromised with that. But I guess we'll have to see.
yeah.
Mm.
But anyways, getting back to it. Um,
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Next topic.
yeah.
What are you feeling? Mm. Well, I guess it's sort of the fourth one, sort of. The fourth one sort of makes sense.
Okay.
Ah, hmm, hmm, hmm. Um, I guess actually no. Let's go to the fifth one. So, does having skin in the game really help? With anything like work or just some sort of advancement in life. Does having actual skin in the game help in general? I
Hmm.
guess mainly on the work spectrum. Does it help?
Not all the time.
Why you say that?
Personal experience.
Personal? Hmm.
Yeah.
I like. Is there like a scientific? Because I've seen like I've seen the opposite sides of both. Like there's the there's the kid who you know is going down the same path as their parent, and they take everything in consideration, and they have some sort of benefit to their parent going through that, doing going through that same path as them relatively, to where I guess it sort of helps them. That's the skin in the game. Whereas like maybe like even and on all levels, like let's say your parents own a company and you're about to own it. So I mean, relatively, it helps to have skin in the game because if you're going down that same path, they're expecting you to take care of that. Or, you know, let's say like your parents know somebody in the field, or even just offering like any types of tidbits and knowledge just so you have a common, you know, I guess like a sort of a one up in the game where opposed to people who uh haven't had any type of in. So does it really help? Or you got the people who are just totally defiant towards what their parents do, and it's just like they don't even utilize the resource of their parents, or they just don't even. You know what I'm saying? Does it help? Does it really help?
I would say most times no.
Really?
Yeah, unless you know someone in a position to actually hire you, I would say that 9 times out of 10 it doesn't help.
Hmm. That's
Other than
interesting.
that situation, it seems like it does. We
It
know
does.
those 1 out of 10 times we see those ones happen, but Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's really that simple at the end of the day.
That's fair.
Like you really got to have someone in there who can just bring you on off rip. Otherwise, there's still going to be some kind of process and you may not be it. You may not just get to start and then they find out you may not start. So
That's fair.
because then you're still leaving it up to someone else. Even if you get like the in or if you get the knowledge, I mean, I would say that the knowledge, sure, it may help, but it's not guaranteeing you anything.
Yeah, no, I guess not. Because it's different. It's interesting, like a lot of people in our field, it's like I've heard like, yeah, my parent is, they're an engineer, or they're this, or they're that. And it's like, dang. Like I'm a bit.
I wouldn't assume they all got jobs from them though.
I mean, not
Said
even
like,
just jobs, but just like, the field in general, not just jobs, like
well, what are they getting?
the knowledge.
What knowledge?
I mean, common knowledge of the field that,
What does that do for them?
I mean, puts them further than people who don't have the knowledge.
Does it though?
I
They
think
still have to
so.
get in to use it.
Yeah, but once you're in, they have a better chance to promote themselves.
Maybe. Or they could be a shitty learner and go slower.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it's all situational then.
Probably. I mean, I bet someone could get put in and then get kicked out because they bring on someone else new who just picks it up and flies with it. Then they're like, dang, that other new guy is actually better than dude's son. We got to get him out. Sorry. Yeah, he was loyal to the company, but we need someone who can work. And then bam, there you go. Opportunity taken away.
That's fair.
And so I feel like that happens a lot of times too, probably. Like you get gifted that thing, whether it be from knowledge or just put in.
Just out of
And then,
expectation.
yeah. And then you have this and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm going in ahead. And you just think that. And that's an automatic, you're not going in ahead. Just having that thought, be like, yeah, I'm going in better than the average person would. And then that puts you at a detriment.
Do you think people actually like think like that?
Yeah.
They're
Oh, yeah. Easily. Probably most of
interesting.
them.
Really?
They're like, yeah, great. My parent, like, let's just say someone getting a job. Oh, my parent just got me a job. And then they go in and their parent failed to explain that, like, you realize you have to bust your ass because I just gave you a seat. And if they don't see that you're going to be fucked. And then they don't get told that and they just get given the seat. And they're like, oh, yeah, I'm great. This is great. I have a job. I'm doing great. And then they're like, whoop. Company's like, oh, yeah, you're doing great. No, you're not.
That's fair. So at this point, you're saying for some cases it's more of a hindrance than.
Yeah. I would say it can be because you haven't worked your way in. You got to work your way up, but you also got to work your way in. It's a one-way road up, in and up, insertion,
Slope.
climb.
Rise over run. One of the many quotes from.
Run, then rise. Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
Rise over run is patented by the mathematics world.
Well, run,
then rise.
Run under rise.
You got to run before you can rise.
No plane.
Yeah, intended.
Freak, bro. This mic just keeps not rising. Oh my goodness. Like I promise you, I'm tightening it to the T.
Well, if you're still tightening it, it wasn't tight. You probably just have it stuck out too far or something.
Yeah, not a lot of.
Mic is pretty heavy.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I guess I'll just hit one of these. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, I
This is
mean,
nothing new.
we're old.
Yeah.
But there we go. Yeah, I mean, ooh, I was kind of loud right there. But yeah, so skin of the game.
Yeah.
Next topic.
Great.
Speaking of, work, I guess. Favoritism in the work.
Mm.
Whoever's listening right now wants you to tell me a situation where, you saw like favoritism and you were like sick. Oh shoot. What did I
And if
just
you
do?
don't send in the story, you're the favorite.
The favorite. Yeah. Yeah.
So stop.
Like why is I get, everybody is you know, supposed to be like there are different people who, move and work at different speeds, which could cause, some people to be relatively a better employee than one. But then where does that, chime in with favoritism? I guess because they're making the most money. They're preferred as the favorite. Like what's fueling the favoritism? Is it like a personal
Just
connection?
yeah,
I guess a
probably.
person.
Yeah, I would say it's like work relationships.
Because it's
It's like friends.
that's fair.
Friends as opposed to just strangers. I mean, geez, the rest of the employees may as well be strangers.
Mm,
If they're not the favorite.
not yeah, but
Some
then at
ways.
the same time, there's no like detrimental task with friends that sort of, you know, causes you to stray away from the other. Like it's not that they're your favorite. It's just like, or I guess maybe there is, for some people.
Personalities.
Yeah, but it's
I mean, your
like,
personality sort of defines how you work. And
yeah, but
then
that isn't
so
work though.
it's not.
I mean, how does your personality define it though?
Just who you are. Everyone works differently.
That's fair.
Everyone functions differently. So it gets passed down in different ways to whatever you're doing, whether it be work or play or talking.
Yeah, but then it like once it's known, or like not even known, but sort of, s- I think the worst is when it's like it's subliminal, where it's like you can tell, but it's like nobody will confirm it. Like that's the worst, where it's like he hasn't he or she hasn't outright said, yeah, they're my favorite employee.
Hmm.
But it's
Well,
all through action. It's like,
do you know what's even shittier is when you find out that you're just the absolute worst employee. There's favoritism for everyone except you. So it's like the
that's a
opposite of
whole different.
favoritism, negativism, or whatever.
Hey, we got to make up a word for
Trashism.
this. Trashism, hyper trashism. There it is.
That's
that bad?
yeah, nah, definitely not. It is bad. It's boring.
Uh,
Trashism. Yeah, I don't
makes me
know.
want to makes me want to delve into escapism.
Favoritism. Favorite. If it's not your favorite, it's your least favorite. Minusculism, because you feel that way. I'm joking.
Minusculism.
No, but let me tell you, true story. I once worked at a place and everyone in my department at some point got employee of the month except me. Crazy, right? So I was like, I wonder what that says.
It's like they
It's
might
funny
even have
because I
like a
was putting in the
cycle.
hard labor. It's like, yeah, no, it's fine. I see you, but you don't see me. It's cool. But no, for
It's
the most
like,
part, that was like a company that just fucking hated everyone. So there was no
then why
favoritism
even have the
because it
employee of
wasn't
the
in the
month?
company's policy to have favoritism. It wasn't in their policy. It wasn't allowed.
Then
They
why
had to
even
hate
have
everyone
apparently, but why even have like why even have stuff like that? Even
because the
that's what
company
I'm saying.
requires that. They
And what is
required
it?
hate, but they required this plaque on the wall that had to hold all these people's names to make everyone think that people are valued. It's good cap. It's great cap. Grade A
Immaculate.
cap. Yeah.
But then it's like that's what I'm saying. Like it's toxic because like you notice that, and in your head you're like, well, shoot. Like I guess there's different ways you could take it. Like you could sort of, like that's where it sort of creates a dilemma because it's like, all right, well, if I see that, I can either A, work, bust my tail, you know what I'm saying, do way much more than my pay grade and, what I'm tasked to do just to get employee of the month. You know what I'm saying? For people who probably don't even care about, like you said, care about you in the first place. Or B, I can accept the non-employee of the month and do the least as possible and still get paid. So
Do
it's
the
like,
right things. Be selective. Like if I do the minimum, but if I do this as the minimum, I could score a plaque.
right. So it's like, why even have like things like that, employee of the month, or what I'm saying, like subtle signs of, yeah, this person gets this company vehicle or that person gets that company item, and I mean you
Yep.
guys are left with this. Yeah, you get this big desk and everybody else just gets tables. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, where it's like, oh wow, you get this chair, and like, I'm saying, like real small stuff where it's like, or grandiose things where it's like, I don't know, stuff like, dang, he or she's the only person in the company with this, and he just started eight weeks ago. I've been here for 10 years and never had any of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Right. So I think that the overarching point here is just do the bare minimum because no one fucking cares.
yeah, but then it's like,
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. What you need to do is do what you love so that actually putting in the effort doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, you did what you like to do.
everybody
And
clap it up.
yeah.
Everybody clap it up for Alec right now. Yeah. Everybody's
Clip.
positive.
That boy clip.
Did I clip? Let me see. I might not have. I was pretty far, and via you, I have to suck on the mic. Dang, I'm actually clipping like crazy.
Yeah, it's because you got
Bro,
louder. You start off. Kamari has a nice climb to his voice. Going back to the work metaphor, his voice doing the work, it gets in running, then it just starts climbing up the totem pole.
it's like, bro, at one point, I can't freaking. Hold on. Am I even recording?
Mm-mm.
Nah, I am. I don't think I'm clipping, man.
Oh, okay.
I
Good.
really don't. I
Well,
don't
we'll find
know.
out later. Um, maybe it was
Yeah,
just
we will.
in my headphones.
I gotta be recording,
The
right?
Zoom audio seems to be crazy.
Anyways, I'm sort of concerned.
Well, just don't touch anything in it.
It's going.
Good.
All right. Anyways, yeah. So next topic.
Yep.
Mm.
Potential. So we
Okay,
may as well hit
so
that one.
let's do it. So I was thinking the other day, like people sort of use the word potential a lot, and it's like, is there any type of like scientific explanation of potential? Like that person has the potential to, do this, or like what is like the measure? Like outside of statistics, outside of, like how are we able to tell potential? Like what how is it such like a common thing that's said and concept, but is there any type of scientific proof of potential? Like,
Say statistics would be the best
but I'm saying outside
determining
of that.
factor. I don't know. Observance,
Mm,
which really would just lead to gaining statistics.
I guess so. But then it's
Like you see, like say a tennis player, you're like, yeah, he has potential because you see the way that they play and that you can tell that they have this idea in their head. You can see it through their actions that the way that they're progressing is up.
yeah, but
And
then
I mean, there's always the chance that, they end up not living up to the potential, but the potential is a made up thing.
huh,
It's just what's seen.
that's fair.
I
I guess
mean,
like a talent
even for
thing.
yourself, you could say like, yeah, I think I have the potential to do this. You could still fail. And I mean, you saw it, but it wasn't there. Okay, great. Stinks, but or maybe it doesn't stink. Maybe it wasn't supposed to be like that, but yeah, it's just some like made up metric. It's like, oh yeah, he has the potential to do great things. Okay, how? Usually there's reasons behind it, but even then, I mean, those reasons could go right out the window when a week later their personalities changed and now the real them is out. You're like, oh yeah, I guess I saw wrong.
That's fair. Huh.
So, but yeah, if we were to like actually measure it, it would definitely be just statistically.
Attributes. Like some sort
Maybe.
of model where it's like, okay, he's at this point in time, he or she is at this point in time and whatever, and they're gonna get to there. Or yeah, potential could also work out to be, one of the worst things. Like he has potential to be one of the worst people or things at this task, you know, ever. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
hmm. Oh no. One thing I also I was thinking about today is another like a side topic. Um, I feel like we use greatest of all time loosely, way too loose. Because
Okay.
one like this is the greatest of all time. One we'll never experience all time.
Mm-hmm.
So why even say that? How do you know this is the greatest of all time with athletes? That girl's the greatest of all time. You know, is she though? Will she? Is she? How? Like what? Why do we use that so loosely?
Yeah. I
Like
don't know.
why can't we just be like greatest in our generation, greatest of all time thus far,
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, or greatest at this moment.
Right.
Like who was the first great of all time and whatever thing they were great at. like the greatest singer of all time. Who? How is that even deemed? Like, wow, this is
Stats.
stats are a weird thing, eh?
Yeah. Because this doesn't, you don't really end up judging them on their talent, just their perceived talent based on how many people liked them, how many albums were bought.
Yeah, but then it's like people always try to compare, but there is no comparison. I don't think you can compare fairly enough because it's always some argument like, oh, well, this was different back then or that was different back then. So why even use the term greatest of all time when it's like, yeah, said person was the greatest in this era. And it's like, okay, well, what about this person now? No, it's a different time. They're still the greatest.
I mean,
You
we
know,
really like to take numbers and say, yeah, these numbers are better, so they're better. It's all about numbers.
yeah,
We're
but
just
that's what I'm saying.
numbers.
Like when the other person brings up something that's even more fictional or statistical, it's like you can't do it because they weren't in that situation. Like they were not in that situation to perform to be the greatest of all time. So it's like, why? I feel like we use that loosely. I don't know. This is the greatest podcast of all time. What are your thoughts? No. Wow. Yikes.
What are we comparing it to?
Anything and everything.
Can't.
I don't know. These are just thoughts. Anyways,
Hmm.
I guess last one. Pretty random, but what makes a good fictional villain in a antagonist protagonist story?
Well, Kamara, you have the answer.
I haven't.
Yeah, you were talking about it.
I did.
Both know what it is. It's the E
Empathy,
word. Ah.
the level of empathy, you know. I feel like my topics are just like questions, dumb questions that I'm trying to expand upon, and you're just like,
No,
I'm
I think
like,
that's just me.
had to. I'm like,
I
I
try
have
and
this
come with an
awe
answer.
in my head. I'm like, wow. And I'm like, what do you think about this? You're
What a
just like,
great topic. We
well,
could talk like 50 minutes about this one. Yeah, well, I think it's this and this and this and this and that. Yeah,
that's it.
good
Oh,
chat.
wow, 3 minutes.
Kamara's like, oh yeah, that was a good answer.
We're sweating.
Yeah. How many more
He
topics?
answered too quick. No. But anyways, like to all the people out there listening, what's the last, fictional story where you empathize for the villain and I was like, dang, that was a really good villain. Like I was watching Legends of Korra and they all had like each season Avatar that is, the cartoon, yes. Each season had a different villain, but their view on why they were a villain wasn't even that bad, relative to the show. Um, then you got movies like The Joker, where it's like you see like the world birthed him to become this monster, or like stuff like Black Panther, where it's like, what I'm saying, same thing, like the world just sort of shaped him to be this way. This is all they know,
Right.
so I think empathy makes like a really good fictional villain, and I think it just adds like a lot more substance to the story, where it's like, because it's like, dang, I mean, when's the last time the villain is actually better than the hero? When's the last time you've seen it? I'm asking you.
Um, Better than a hero? Jeez, I don't even remember what movies are like.
Or it's like you favored the villain more than the hero.
I don't know. I can't think of a movie that had like both a villain and a hero in it. Where it was
Not
like I
even just movies,
wanted the
show.
villain. Or
You, that show. He's like, bro, this dude's
Mm.
out here doing all this crazy stuff.
But who is the hero though?
There was no hero, but
Well,
well,
then I guess Joker would be it if there's no hero.
mm, but then it's really just two heroes. Then in some cases, because it's like I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. Anyways, something in my eye. Context, just terrible.
Contact
Whenever I
sunglasses. Sheesh.
no, I'm
Nah,
saying
I'm
like
joking.
after, yeah, after you take them off. You used to wear glasses. Do you still have them or no?
Oh, for reading? Yeah, I still got them somewhere. Yeah, I don't know where they are. Probably packed up somewhere.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, I mean, that's about all I got. You got anything?
A yawn. That's what I got.
I don't know what that was, but
I don't
there it
know. You
is.
point at the
We got to
screen.
come up with a title.
Yeah. I think we'll have to do that off air.
Oh man, we're not on the same page, eh? Anyways, well,
Yeah.
um, I guess this concludes volume 45.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks to everyone who's been watching or listening, or both.
Yes.
Um, I guess we'll just go with the traditional. Stay hyper sane.